Let's start. Today we will discuss about impact of education on well-being and the state of well-being. So we will discuss about the relation between educational levels, educational awareness, and well-being. What do you think? Uh, is there any influence or impact of education on well-being? Yes. Is there any?
Yes, sir.
What is that in your opinion?
Yes, sir. Somehow, sir, education able make us that possible that we get job and we not feel, sir, that we are illiterate or in some extent, sir, it's also help to better thinking and better life.
Yes, you're right. And any other view? Any other view? Yes, a fun. What do you think about it?
Yes, sir. Sir, education is totally related to well-being.
Yes. How it is related? It is related to well-being. Means education impacts the well-being positively or negatively.
Sir, positively.
Positively. It is established in some studies that it is the strongest single most indicator or determinant on social well-being more than gender, more than caste, more than social status, more than income. It is it impacts more it impacts social well-being more than gender, sex, caste, income, employment status, employment status, or miracles. Means irrespective of what the respondent's gender is, male or female, what his or her employment status is, what his or her caste or his place niche in society, what his social standing or social status is, what his or her income is, what his or her marital status is. These things affect social well being, no doubt, but it is established by some studies, it was found that the educational status of a man, a woman, a human being, of a person is influencing the social well being more than these factors. Employment status, gender, these are very important factors. But education, educational status of a man affects more than these factors. Why? Because gender is very important, because social status is very important, his or her income is very important. They should affect more. But why education affects more? Why the impact of education is more than these factors? Yes. Can anyone tell me that? Yes. Yes, Ubaid.
Sir, education, sir, is the way to get job, sir.
Yes, it's a way to get job, but we are here saying that job or income is not as important as social, his educational level. Right? Why? Yes, why? The first thing is that this educational status is gives you a social identity. Social identity. It gives an identity to a person, and that identity decides his place in the society, decides his income, decides his niche in the society, decides his role in the society. So it gives him a social identity. Means अगर उर्दू में कहें तो it gives a शिनाख्त, पहचान, पहचान in Hindi and Urdu. It gives a social identity. Yes, it gives social identity to a person, and that leads to impact on his well-being. If his social identity is favorable, if his social identity is good, then he is in a position of positive well-being. He is higher in the well-being scale, if there is a scale, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? If you are literate, if you are not literate, let's see from another side. If you are not literate, if you are an illiterate, you understand what is illiterate? Yes.
Yes, sir. The person who don't
Then
know
what
how
happens? What about his role or status in society? Yes.
people think, and sir, people think them inferior.
People think them inferior. Means a social stigma is attached. A social stigma is attached with him. There is a social stigma. अनपढ़ है,
Yes.
right? अंगूठा टेक है. He is looked upon. He is looked down in the society. Yeah, isn't it? He is looked down in the society. So there is a social stigma attached. Being illiterate. If he is, otherwise he is rich. But if he is illiterate or of low educational hierarchy or low educational achievements, then he is looked down upon.
सर सभी केस में ऐसा ही होता है.
Almost.
अगर कोई पर्सन इलिटरेट है तो सोशल वेलबीइंग कभी कभार वो भी तो हाई, मतलब जैसे उसकी रिस्पेक्ट भी बहुत ज्यादा होती है सोसाइटी में, अगर इलिटरेट है या फिर कोई अच्छा काम कर रहा है.
But on his back, yes, you are right. His respect because of his income but on his back, people used to say that he's illiterate.
Yes, sir. I remember a story from Three Idiot.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he was rich, but he said that लोग मेरे पीछे अनपढ़ बोलते हैं.
Yes, exactly. That is the sentence. That's why he wants that at any cost his son should be highly educated. He should have a good degree. That's another story. Films dramatize things, but so social stigma is attached. So his role and his standing in the society is affected negatively, and so it impacts on her well-being, isn't it? Okay, exceptions are always there. No rule is absolute. No rule or law is 100% correct. No conclusion is 100%. But mostly it is that it affects a person's well-being negatively. If you are satisfied being illiterate, it's good. So, and if you are educated, high social trust is there. High social trust is there. If you are educated, your words, your opinion carries a greater weight, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
If you are educated enough, doesn't mean you should be a doctorate always. If you are educated enough, your opinions carry a weight, a greater weight than an illiterate person or low level educational person. So it affects the social well being of a person. And in one interesting study on American population, it was found that better educated persons live a longer life, and and on close examination, the reason of their longer life was that they were happy, and because they were happy, so their well-being was good. And there is one point in this. One finer point is, if you think that you are sufficiently educated, then your well being is good. It is all about your perception, society's perception, and your perception. And if you are highly educated, there is a of greater potential of success in your career. It's not always true, but greater potential of your success in your career, right? And
Yes, sir.
if you are low education, your educational status is low, then yes,
There is a less chance of getting success.
yes, you have got a less chance. Yes,
Yes, sir, can you please give me the example of social identity related to education? Because I'm unable to connect
that
from.
that if you are highly educated, then you are um, you say that you are a graduate,
Yes, sir.
that you are a doctor. Doctor is, or you are an engineer. That gives you an edge. If you have a good degree, if you are an MBA, then you have a social identity. Or you have a, or if you are a chartered accountant, automatically you find a social identity. Automatic.
Yes, sir. Now I got it.
Okay. So it's a greater greater potential of success. And to top on that, greater political awareness and greater political say. You have a greater political awareness and have a greater political say. So it means, and it is found in many surveys, and it is called, sometimes it is called a special name, education effect, educator effect, or education effect, or education factor, which leads to which leads to greater well-being, or improved well-being, greater well-being or improved well-being, right? So it is perhaps the most important parameter or influencer of well-being.